I wanted to talk about a diet for fall. It's getting cooler and drier here in the northern hemisphere. And according to Ayurveda, your diet should adapt based on that. So, some guidelines that Ayurveda provides for seasonal eating in fall include to enjoy your food and drinks warm. This is not a time for iced water and cold meals. We are moving into the cooler weather, and our body is kind of adjusting to that transition. And so we want to help it by warming it up from the inside out. Warm foods and drinks are also easier to digest. The fall season is typically a time for erratic digestion for a lot of people. All of us tend to have a little bit of weaker digestion in the fall season. So we want to kind of baby our digestion by giving it warm foods and drinks, which is going to feed the digestive fire. Digestion takes heat and warmth. And when we have cold things, when we consume cold things, that puts out that fire and makes our body have to work harder. So since it's already sort of a little overwhelmed with the transition from the warm weather to the cooler weather, we can support our bodies by babying our digestion a little bit. So eating our foods and drinks, having our foods and drinks warm, and also eating simpler meals, eating easy to digest foods. So soups, stews, one-pot meals with simple combinations of ingredients. That's going to make digestion easier on your body. You want to season your meals with warming spices too. This is going to also help warm you up. So spices that also support digestion, like ginger, black pepper, garlic, onion, chili pepper, turmeric, oregano, basil, thyme. Most spices are digestives. Ginger and black pepper are two of Ayurveda's favorites and very easy to find and integrate into your meals. So use those generously. You want to add good quality oils to your meals, such as ghee, coconut oil, olive oil. This is because our bodies tend to dry out this time of year. Just like the leaves are shriveling up and falling off the trees, our bodies, our skin, our internal tissues are also sort of drying up. So one way that we can moisturize them is with good quality oils, consuming those in our foods. So use a little bit extra than you normally would this time of year. You also want to apply oil to the skin regularly to prevent drying out on the outside. You're going to want to keep hydrated because, again, we're drying out. So sip on hot water throughout the day. If you're somebody that when you drink hot water or when you drink water, you just pee it out almost instantly and your pee is clear, try adding a pinch of salt and a little bit of lemon or lime to your water, and this will help your body to hold on to that moisture. Avoid skipping meals. So this time of year, we all tend a little bit more toward deficiency. Everything is shriveling up and dying, and we have that tendency within us as well. So we want to make sure that we're staying well nourished by eating however many meals a day you normally eat. You don't need to start eating more meals a day than you usually would. But if you eat 2 meals a day, making it a priority to eat on time and to stay well nourished. If you eat 3 meals a day, same thing. You want to favor the sweet taste in Ayurveda, which sweet in Ayurveda does not mean sugar. Sweet taste includes the most hearty and nourishing foods. So foods like animal products, good quality oils, whole grains, root vegetables, nuts, seeds, mushrooms, dense, heavy, nourishing foods that fill you up. Those should make up the bulk of your meals, generally speaking, this time of year. Of course, there's always room for fine-tuning and refining things based on every individual and their body type. But these are just sort of the broad stroke general guidelines for fall. You're going to want to favor sour tasting foods. So foods like citrus, ferments, vinegar, miso, sauerkraut, kimchi. You can garnish your meals with a squeeze of lime or lemon or a little sprinkle of vinegar on top. The sour taste stimulates secretions in the body and helps us to, again, hold on to more moisture. You're also going to want to use a little bit of extra salt in your cooking this time of year because the same reason why I suggested you add a pinch of salt to your water, adding a little bit more salt to your food is again going to help your body to hold on to moisture. So water follows salt in the body. So if we add a little bit more salt to our cooking, we're going to keep more water circulating around in there. So some of my favorite meal ideas for fall time include for breakfast, something like oatmeal. Oatmeal is a nice, simple one-pot meal. You can add some good quality oil to it. You can add some digestive spices to it and dress it up however you like. And also it's pretty quick and easy to make. Another nice fall breakfast are baked apples. You can sprinkle a little cinnamon on top, add some water to the bottom of the baking dish, and just put the whole apples in the oven at 350 for about 10 to 20 minutes until they're soft and tender. And they're delicious. They also can make a nice dessert. Kids generally love them. So another simple meal, again, you can just put the apples in and set a timer and walk away. You don't have to be over the stove cooking. For lunch, I love like a rich, hearty meat and veggie stew, maybe even with some rice on the side or rice cooked in there. If you do animal products, this is the time of year to really enjoy them, especially at midday. In Ayurveda, we always recommend having our largest meal at lunchtime. So a meat and veggie stew, lovely choice. Another good one are rice noodles with steamed veggies and peanut sauce. Nourishing, hearty, filling, but also somewhat easy to digest. A tuna melt is another one. I like to use sardines instead of tuna because sardines are a smaller fish. Tuna is a very large fish, and so large fish have a tendency to accumulate a lot more toxins because unfortunately our ocean is full of them, and the larger fish have eaten a lot of smaller fish, and it gets the toxins get what is called biomagnified as they go up the food chain. So tuna fish tends to have a lot of toxins, whereas sardines, very similar in taste. You can prepare them in the same way you would prepare tuna. And they're very rich in omega-3s, which is good for our nervous system, which tends to be a little bit taxed this time of year. Also supports brain health. So I like to use sardines, and I just basically prepare them as I would tuna fish. And you can find them similar packaging, a simple can in the grocery store where you would find tuna. For dinner should be lighter than lunch, and I usually go vegetarian for dinner. If I'm gonna have any meat, I have it, or animal products, I have it at lunchtime. But something like a vegetarian chili or a lentil soup with rice, a miso soup with mushrooms and veggies, a ginger carrot soup. You could also do like a baked potato or a baked sweet potato or a baked winter squash with ghee on top. So simple, easy to digest meals that will keep you well nourished and feeling good this fall. Thanks for tuning in.